My stream's not come back on here, so... Am I streaming? This says so. That says so. Live. No, I can't get my bloody live stream up now. I don't think anybody will be able to. Oh, you keep... Right, we're on, are we? Why is it not on my phone? Let's go in afresh in YouTube. There we go. Now, it does mean you'll have to thumb it up again, guys, I'm afraid. Like I say, if it crashes again now, guys, I'll knock it on the head. Right, changes aspirations. I'm going to be forgetting to do all this stuff, aren't I? Get rid of the couch. Buy the baby stuff. Right, I did see Claire's comment. Put that in the bathroom. I'm going to thumb you down if it goes down again. Right, pot it. We'll have it near the door because she's not going to need a potty yet, is she? She's going to be doing it in a bloody nappies. Right. Baby bed. We'll put it in the middle of the window. She get the full sun in the morning. What's that? A shelf? She can have her own shelf. There we go. Aww. Corner table in there. What else does she need? Toys. Oh, well, we'll get a kiddies fishing pool in the garden. A teddy bear for her. Oh, it's a big one. She'll like that. Rubber duck's always ready to play with, just not in the water. So the bloody thing's that. A Wabbit tablet. Bit young for a tablet yet. Home for Two dolls house. I must save at this point. Not to be confused with Winnie the Pooh there. In England, girl same as in Belgium, blue for a boy. Yeah, although it used to be blue. Used to be the other way around. Right, teddy bears. We'll get her a few teddy bears. Oh, look. A doll castle. A uni. If this comes out a boy now, I swear. Shove the couch up a little bit. Have we not got some little teddies? There you are, little teddy. Look like building blocks or something. There we go, some building blocks. I'll put some of them in. She'll like them. A mobile. These are all quite boyish toys, aren't they? Bunny Buddy. Taking no chances here. Right, we want to... We'll have a kids paddling pool out here. Whew. Plea for guilt, yeah, up until the 1900s. You can do my girl's room. I'm not very good at it, am I? No AK-47s. It's probably what you lot in America buy your kids. Got him his first AK-47. He's 2 years old. He's shot 8 animals already. A rocking chair. Nappies and bottles. I don't think you have to buy the nappies and bottles. Well, the whole blue-pink thing has changed a few times through the ages. Yet another indoctrination set up by society. Yep, look at Mother Mary. Blue. Oh wait, we have cloudburst here. Best check if the windows are up in the fire bill. God. We've got cloudburst here, mate, as well. Right, okay, become a parent, that bit's easy. Right, was he hungry still? He's quite hungry, isn't he? Probably best get a bit of a snack before... We'll just do a simple meal for now. He's going to be giving birth. Here we go. Hey, he don't like being pregnant, but he's slowing down, does he? God. Was that a strike on the property or what? I think we're alright. I'll worry about that rocket. He's going to take a hit. Charlie gives bloody birth. And there's a bigger surprise than that, Glory, when it comes out. Oh, you wait. You just wait to see this. You won't believe it. Oh, impeccable stir fries, last meal. Before his freedom's gone, banished.
Whoa! Nubo?
He's alright, he's alright. I thought it was coming early then.
Whoa! Yeah!
He's pregnant. He got abducted by aliens and they impregnated him. The windows were up, thank God for that. Who's the daddy? Well, yeah, it's a good question. Me and May were discussing this earlier today because, you know, we're sad individuals that just sit there discussing the Sims game, but we were saying, is he a mummy or is he a daddy? What makes somebody a mummy? Well, it's when they give birth, innit? Well, if he's giving birth, then he's a mummy, not the daddy. Oh, the weather's vicious. Right. We'll save. Goes. He's never going to get a full night's sleep, and this would have been the last one he got. We've got a delayed birth here.
Oh, revolve.
Here he goes. No, we're alright. Well, it'd give birth by now before. Might as well have some fun while you're got the time. We'll go and play a quick blicker block. Do you like Jason Chris Scott? Oh, we've gone into labour, guys. We've gone into labour. No. I can't stand him. He's an arsehole. Want to see what pisses off the devil. Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He's gone into labour.
Oh, scoofa. Ooh. Ah.
Have baby or have baby. Oh, we can have the baby at the hospital. Should we go to the hospital? YouTube said I cannot post on this channel. Then my phone shut down. Now back up. Wow. They don't like you. Poor Charlie won't be able to shower in peace now. Right. We'll have the baby, Charlie. Come on, stop pissing about. Here he goes. Oh man. We'll have the CIA there. Oh yeah, he can't go to the hospital, QP. He's giving birth to a bloody alien. And it's all happy music and everything, but it doesn't last that long, does it? Here he goes. Oh Charlie, don't milk it. Get on with it. Right, it gave us Brittany as the name last time, didn't it? Stephanie. Stephanie, number 5 is alive. We'll keep her as Brittany. Is it 1T or 2? 1T looks better. Brittany Ramsbottom.
Whoa!
There you are, look. It's a bloody alien.
Bethesda.
Unbelievable. There might be an all that. Right.
Oh, so. Oh, Lumberpanubu. Oh.
Unbelievable. Listen to that racket. This is what he's going to have now. Alright. Not going to need its diaper changing yet. Or nappy, as we call it here. Here we go. Breastfeeding. Hey? Male lactation.
New boo. Oh, Bethesda.
Unbelievable.
Yashona. New boo. Oh, Bethesda.
Suppose it's time for a celebration, but we'll whack out the mega double wally.
Oh, new boo.
Deja-boo. That sound brings terror to my brain. Right, oh, she's asleep. There we go. What does he do now? I mean, he can't leave her, can he? Oh, she nearly woke up then. Can't pick her up or anything. Oh, hire a nanny service.
Oh, Mumford new boo.
I woke her up. Well, she's awake now. We'll rock her.
Wambosi Nabu. Meli new boo. Oh. Oh, Pappas does it torg. Ah.
Oh. We'll change a
Who
nappy.
took your skate? Oh, no, boo. Cubeppa. Ivana.
Gonna have to go and do the garden in a minute. I hope she gets off to sleep again. I shouldn't have woke her up.
Flurba pemapim. Flurba pemapim. No. Pajna nubu. Scabado.
It was a Mandela effect, Gloria. Men do lactate here. I'm gonna paint Kelly Louisa blue. Yeah, Rally. He did. He breastfed her. Oh, right, she's asleep. Right, okay, let's go and get the garden done quickly. Keep our eye out. Still asleep. The baby is blue. This is messed up, man. It's an alien. He only gets 2 days worth of happiness from being a father. Now, harvest everything, Charlie. Does anything need bloody fertilising? Other than Charlie. Blimey, he got fertilised, didn't he? Had him over a barrel there. What? No, I'm capable of lactating. Yeah, Andon. Male lactation, mate's a real thing. Let me go and check on Jay Chris. I have the whole room angry in no time. Good on you. Right, she's still asleep. I'll do a bath there. Do I need a special bath? Oh, she's awake. No, she's not. He can't go to the bakery, can he? What do I do? I'm sort of stuck at home now. Can do it in 15 minutes. Babysitter. I don't want somebody else looking after my kid, do I? Right, she's awake. Oh, bloody baby, Mum.
Well, you better have a brew, Scott, after all that giving birth nonsense.
I know, I'll bloody need one now. Oh. It was hard work, that.
Was it?
You women don't know what it's like.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know. Poor bloody Charlie. I might make a nursery on the ground floor. I can't be going up and down these stairs all bloody day. I'll get an elevator put in. Blue, I know. He didn't get married. He got abducted by aliens. And they impregnated him.
Oh, you should row. Flurba-da-pem-a-pim. Flurba-da-pem-a-pim.
I can't do the bloody bakery now, can I?
Oh, Nubu. Ooh, jabu, koya jabu. Oh, no. Oh, Lurba-da-Nubu. You should row. Flurba-da-pem-a-pim. No. Oh, Womberg.
He can't believe it, can he? Breast is best.
Uh-huh.
Keeps crashing tonight, this game, Blue, so I'm going to have to keep saving it.
Oh, Bethesda. Oh, no.
Right. Socialise with your child 10 times. Read to the chat. All right, let's get a book. Let's buy a book. Where'd you get books? I suppose it'd be a child's bookcase, wouldn't it? Right, let's read a book. Read Crisis Barn. She'll love that. No, what are you doing? No, don't read it yourself, Charlie. Read it to the bloody baby. I don't... How do I read a bloody baby? Oh, I don't know. Hello, Adam. Charlie's had a baby. I know, mate. Unbelievable, innit? Click on the baby, read book. It's not giving me that option.
Oh, Nubu. Sorb Quexel. Oh.
See you later, Claire. Right, well, have a cuddle, and then while she's out the thing, can I click on her now? No.
No. Pajna Nubu. Scabado. Oh, Baluvu. Baluvu Pajanibu.
How do I take her with me somewhere? Do I need a... I need a pram. There's no prams. Should have got all this sorted when I first found out he was pregnant. No. Well, travel. Where's the baby? Well, I think there's the mother. I can't even travel with my bloody baby. Does it just come with me? Well, we'll try that. Brittany's been sent to daycare. Fair enough. Right. Unbelievable. Oh, she's in daycare. She's fine. We'll have a pot of Earl Grey. And we'll get the shop on the go. Got to earn the money still. He's a responsible father. Now, have I got enough perks to have a second employee? Oh, yeah. Right.
Nopsa Limita. Ugh. Pana Boucharb.
Oh, he's bloody broke the tea machine again.
Delme Bachara?
Untale Kanapa. So.
Ah, Mippin Esnoy. Hargrip Shanu.
Oh, Ulak.
Right. We'll have... Ooh, Vivian. Looks like a good saleswoman.
Yemful Apollo Chaba.
Newman? Oh.
Boy,
Obey.
Renoi. Sposhim.
So, she's in Hoya, Kadesh.
Shomba Fallaru. Subao Plefaya.
Gaffa.
Arno.
I'm still in shock.
Kuba Rao.
Bimby.
Sula.
London.
Yabin. Balacher.
Arabe.
Flincher.
Akinja.
Oh, hey, bro.
Trips Kawafalobi? Galoof.
Belt.
Zilnoi, Schmezel Klimpf, Lissarak. Aze.
That me other staff member.
Zeepa Nur Chibadu. Quixie.
Oh, Lempima.
Nina. Sippin' bras. Sinoshe.
Lexi Fazuni.
Kuzunia Narm.
Shiva Flabbix.
Shamboda.
Chibs to be yips.
Limia.
Oh, Balachava, Flamon Shoes, Zulak, Yemful.
Blue.
Riba, Ukinagansu.
Wow.
Oh, what's going on here?
Nork. Kuzunia.
Part of my wall's gone missing.
Flume, Apollo Chopper. Kiss a pay, Nifu.
Quixie Kuzunia.
Shippy, sir. Rabobi, Happyam, Hebony.
Oh, nay.
Hokanoi Pumpira. Quexi Fazunia. Freda Shea. Lost Quexel Reach.
Anatabo. Nopa. Quasnolch.
Shixram Block.
I know, a bit of the wall's missing, Blue.
He's in a row.
Urabao.
Frashoon.
California.
Oh, they're going on.
Muchi Pichi.
Franoy. Ibani.
Who's that? Nadia Burks.
Kalmifwa. Beckanoy shoot.
Nuloi. Sawata.
I've not got a gate there now, that's alright. Right, what I'll do...
Rudy Campbell. Dippo Wish Chibasa.
Malagorban Nay. Winnie.
Narga.
Oh, Weapon from Rudy. Hey, Yoon Zaru.
Unlock it for a minute while she gets out.
Rudy Campbell. Dippo Wish Chibasa.
Navi. Brigyab.
Shabini Jabit. Turpsis.
No, here she comes. Good girl.
Alice Freda Shea.
Bolingo. Nervous shop.
Dag dag.
Binba Pomeray. Muchi Peach.
Freeba. Naiva.
Ubraza.
Tibo Manza Zimonis Arrow.
Oh, Chumcha.
Karo Simbisi.
Jabini Noe Biyarmish.
Oh, Quapo. Bavozi. New Beam. Ipla. Zalka.
She's on clean-up duties. Beacon,
A flush.
ring up the customers now.
Alfonso. Mipwam Rimple. Bakoya Shaper.
Happyam Evanes.
Spinoaks? Yeah,
Zombo
fruit.
skiba. Zubatube. Lava zubi. Femboy barobi.
Zipanor.
Bungane ansa.
Shibadu Yekba.
Fobal sobi. Ship of the zoo.
Right.
Zunya.
Read Poshima.
Hello, Wizardry. He's had the baby. It's in daycare.
Aurora Avenor.
Jessene, huh?
Falana
Philibok?
Yes.
Ah, kangaroo.
Wasona Kunor. Lucy.
Nobe.
Thompson.
Belindy. Pandoli Usanet.
Right. You can ring up customers as well.
Global Banfus Seminario.
Sock Favo.
Playbar Samzo.
Limia.
Gaffa.
Drenches. Arbia.
New squad douche. And new
Right,
squad.
let's get selling.
Ska Paula Jabba. She be chef the more. Nishkaba.
Dak. Ah, Sul.
Quimba.
Yanabi. Lankus.
Obero.
Amiva.
Ah, Isiyak. Kinad. Osgood.
Yes.
Sarabin Dombila. Chibs.
Dak.
Yaza. Chincha.
Bumkara Musti.
Nizook. Rubin.
Yeftime. Apasani. Shushi.
Yominu.
Dag dag.
Chino. Moon Frabors. Isabel. Yafu. Harbour Rangers.
Quimba.
Aroga Avenor. Yippitsame. Pelagum no Shore. Lucci.
Bazoo. Turip.
Oh, counteract. Ah, Sul.
Lem Tim Yanabi.
Zisamba.
Oh, Dimash.
Lagenza. Chaba Kissibe. Fefru.
And a creep. Oh, Marinette.
Obero.
Need
Dupa.
What's she doing? Must be ringing the customers up, love. Get on with it.
Sarde. Ya Libshigo.
Alfonso.
Carafa Bumat.
Ramos.
Snarb.
Diego. Yabadala
Fonsanoi Valpina.
Peppy. Vishi. Lisa Moikana Shuna. Aroga Bar. Hannah Port. Roby. Spinoz. Machine. Skiva.
Sinepa Farble. Neppy Yeket Shivs,
Don't
huh?
say Bruhana.
Tricky. Fimpy.
This was a terrible idea, Blue. Nobody's ringing up the bloody customers.
Fanjip for me.
Ah.
Haug.
I'm going to lose the customer.
Tubki Yemph. Ah. Gurgadon. Oh, Whiffabosha. Newlitz. Aspa.
You think? I'll have to get rid of these two first. These'll just stand up, won't they, if I get rid of them? Hey. Let's try that. She's on cleaning duties still, right.
Oh, Lovo Mabiza.
Sabine.
Try again.
Shifa. Loopsped. Finerba. Raga. Balco. Balconar.
Cubalimba.
Boy. Yazip. Bimbus.
O'Neill. Gahara Shroby. Kennethora Thibodeau. Brim.
Bizarre.
Philibok. Ah, and Fabi. Ah, Congaroo.
Oh, Lovo Mabiza.
Loff. John get a sweat. Brow Hispa. Yalu.
Close the deal with him.
Nabi. Yazip. Bimbus.
Dag dag. Anazayo.
Vlanchy Koira.
Nope, sir.
Epiton Crew.
Yanabi.
Sharbat.
Okra Quamsy.
Oh.
Royum.
Aha, Schlock.
Imblipa Urtsadal. Gurgadan Sharnoof. Galmu
Fleur
Schlurf.
Espinal.
Yabin. Balacher.
And Floyd.
Chicks Rimbloff.
In a pretty.
Zimbabwe.
Flemhosa.
Domibo
Way.
Limla. Yazip. Bimbus. Boya. Tibbs. Sul. Sul.
Le Bonkusha. Befala for Doy.
Bonkara.
Kilna.
Yakana.
Loda. Vitor. Bull. Berserk.
Chew.
Oh, Boncha.
Yabor.
Yelna. Bamboo.
Wanafesh.
Shivi.
Tribal, Dormf, Awavine?
Isia. Osgoop.
Yes.
Neppy Yekachips.
I don't know why they're all stood around this one place. These are all for sale.
Rafa.
Chul.
Oh.
Simbozy.
Gedna.
Go.
Dimpa Yiddish.
Exenoy Zons? Wasusa?
Shararg.
Chicks Rimbloff.
Narshaya.
Glaive. Narza.
Giraffe Bumat.
Penerv Lazamba.
Bunky.
Tevene. Kretz. Oshquin Mikoya.
Quamsy.
Zinuk. Floyasa.
Sawabine.
Trenches.
Frongnaboobs. Elfrisium
Yep.
Bara. Enough.
Arokabad.
Stanzo. Chul. Sabine. And Bobby. Olaba. Flurbus. Napsa.
Das Mikos Karenzi.
Bizarre.
Unchill Bratza. Spapam.
Drobus Varick. Chul. Chicks Rimbloff. Zimbabwe.
Snibara Watanini?
Buffalo Espinal.
Karenzi?
No koi.
Gassinar Pliffa. Chaba Kissaday.
We're selling a lot more blue.
Uncle
Liz is ringing them up.
Finia Pavin?
They're already on it, signed. Look, ring up customers.
Finerba.
Olaba.
Balkanar.
You're rid. Janib Shrofa. Seneca. Zeragla. Valmir. Blizza. Gelder. Ina Plivar.
Yakalau Dimba?
Chul.
Domsabuna? Arps? Aga? Zerba?
Nursafron. Brinka. Kimba.
Yedumsa Legenza. Fine. Watini Pashanizo.
I think.
Marinette.
What are you doing, you dick?
So.
Oh, he's falling.
Zero. Shippany.
Genzi Kimbalaya? Zumona
Busy.
Bumkara
Boy
Musti.
Bim. Yes, Finna.
Bloody hell.
Quimba.
Yeah.
Teebs.
Arvin
Shephanaz Nabim Rabaza.
Yatha?
That's an ace.
Gorsma. Niminu
You told him, Melvin?
Lempi Nulitz.
Just gonna put.
Franjwaga?
Blue does get wound up when I'm playing this. I don't play it the way he likes. Fucking give up then.
Bonus arrow.
Gorge Bariki.
Zerb.
Baba Chaba. Lemon Shoes. Ulak.
Yalanim.
Right. We'll just praise everybody because that's good to do.
Gabo Sacaneguas. and Fleabo.
Chico Lava. Nameless
He's going on.
Oh, sure.
No beam flurba.
Wamba Boy, Saquinario. Fibalo Noyam. Bembi Shelbo.
Pep Noi Vittori. Happy on.
Spinay? Hooger Beret? Oh, Yabahorn!
Boy.
Daba Boondle!
Harpoo.
Pishanoy.
Smurn zucchini.
Cribbits.
Trinitama. Honka free. Meshka. Craney. Pipsa. Balafoin Prida. Sabno.
That was intense, that. Reading out.
Bonus Arrow. Oh, Minnesota.
Definitely had more sales, mate. You're definitely right there. Hello, UK Gadget Man.
So. Fimpy. Olaba.
Right, remove that.
Ha Oh, nay. Oh, nay. Huh?
Right, let's get him home. He's got a bloody baby to look after. Blue's been in hospital, Rally. He's been bloody ill, mate. He's had a couple of operations. He's going in for a couple more. It's not been good for him, mate. Right, where's my baby? Daddy's been away all day, hasn't he? What's he like? He's been a bloody bad daddy today, hasn't he? He's hungry, but he's going to have to see to baby first.
Ivana. Maylene Ivana. Ooh, jumping koya jabu. Oh. No. Oh, Lurvida Nubu.
Quick feed.
Oh, Yisharao.
Well, they'd have been feeding her bloody buttermilk in daycare, wouldn't they?
Oh. Yibs, Tombra.
Just in breastfeeding, Simon, that's all. Give her a rock, try and get her off to sleep while Daddy goes and has something to eat.
Maylene Nubu. Oh. No, Papis does it, Torg. No.
Right, you have a kit. Daddy needs to eat. No, he got abducted by aliens. And the aliens impregnated him. You know how it goes. Hello, Lucky. Hey, there, look. Wizardry's telling you. keeps doing this. He gets to the bloody place and then he doesn't eat anything. He's not really got time for bit of chili. Oh God, she's crying. Hang on, Charlie, put that down. Got a dirty nappy. Come on, Charlie, hurry up, bloody hell. You're pissing about at. There we are.
Opens the door. Oh, Philibert Osborne. Oh, so.
There we go, sorted.
Shawnee. Oh, Boss.
Night roll. Where's the mother? He's there. He gave birth. Bloody Charlie gave birth to the bloody alien.
Torg.
Oh yeah, we could have a crib down in the kitchen, couldn't we? Still not asleep. Oh God! Oh bloody hell! Fell asleep. Yeah, I'll go back to sleep. Carry on cooking.
Ooh! Makosa!
Charlie impregnate. Hello, preliminal.
Minrap!
Sounds like my sister when she's angry at me.
Yips.
There isn't a mother. He's mother and daddy.
Show!
She's asleep. There we go. Have we got a parenthood channel on here?
Wadida.
We've got the weather forecast channel. I'll play Blickerblock for a bit. Still don't know how to read a bloody book. Socialise your child with 10 times. How? I can't take it anywhere with me. Where is he? There he is. He's playing his game. His happiness bar will go up now. Who's that that's come in? Hello? Saloni? Have I pronounced that correct? Doesn't matter what you put on. As soon as it comes on, she'll wake up. I know that's the bloody problem. Rowley! Bleeding hell, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm going to need it now for nappies and bottles and shit. So, you're a star. Thank you. Far too much, though. I'm going to have to declare that to the bloody tax office. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Watch the sci-fi channel about abductions. I think he could tell them a thing or two, couldn't he? Oh, it's awake. She's looking uncomfortable. Just bear with me, baby. I'm just having fun. Because you're a very stressful child. What? A defence pool now. Or they will arrest you, yeah. God, yeah. She's got her own pool next to the big pool. Right, here we go. Come and it's bloody 4:30 in the morning. Doesn't this child ever sleep? And he goes to sleep for an hour. It's an alien, she can swim already. Oh, babies can swim apparently, can't they? They reckon if you just chuck a baby in water, it'll swim. Not something I'd chance myself, but...
Oh, Meshka. Oh, Baluvu. Baluvu Pajanibu. Oh. Hibana. Maylene Hibana. Flurbada Pemipim. Amu. Oh.
Welcome to my world.
Mershaw. Arbif.
Don't know your coat. I can just do that and press pause. How much, Claire, do you wish you had a pause button? Or a mute? Oh, dirty nappy, we'll sort that out, don't you worry.
Oh, Husba Injuk.
Warm him up on the fire. Wizardry's an old hat at it. Best way to learn to swim apparently, yeah. How come his fun bar doesn't go up when he's interacting with the baby?
Skimbo.
He's still happy about being a father, but not the work it involves. I suppose I should feed, really.
Oh, Sul.
It's gonna be a fat baby, isn't it?
Amu.
Somehow me thinks you've gone clucky. They've got responsibilities now, Blue, you know what I mean? It's...
Amu.
What can I do?
Oh, Nubu.
Right. See if we can grab a bit of sleep for a bit. Unbelievable this, isn't it? What a bloody nightmare. Oh, she's gone to sleep. They are. Oh, he's not a bad kid, really. Who's ring? Don't bloody ring, you're disturbing the baby. Unbelievable. People are just so inconsiderate.
Baluvu Pajanibu. Hibana. Maylene Hibana. Flurbada Pemipim. Flurbada Pemipim.
Scott becoming attached. That's only when I breastfeed.
Oh, Bajda Nubu. Yashona.
You've never had a kid, have you, Scott? Not of my own, no. Looked after enough. I'll give her a
Wambosi Nabu.
I think it'd be an amazing dad. Not without the pause or the mute button.
Kunada.
He's turned into a woman. He's done that thing that women do. Oh, I'm so upset. Oh. Why do women do that? Oh, I'm so upset. See you in a bit, Adam. Clucky as hell. Damn right. Right. Can you not carry this bloody cot around? Can I drag it? No. This is silly, isn't it? Well, let's invite people over. It's got to socialise with 10 people around. So, we'll have... We'll plan a social event. We'll have a baby shower. Why not?
Shushka. Yucks. Sigluna Viro. Binakapa.
Oh, he's not done the garden, has he? Do we not have a baby shower? House party then, I suppose. We'll make it a gold event, why not? Charlie can be the host. We can have 15 people. Oh, a couple of aliens. That's our limit, right? Entertainer. Marcus is already coming. We'll invite the other alien then. We'll have a mixologist, Casey, and we'll have a caterer because I can't be arsed cooking. I've got too much to do. Brent, my old man. There we go. Oh, I look like my baby now. Cool down. You should doing that. How do we get the baby in the paddling pool? Lounge. Right, well the caterer's here already. Let's get down here. Where's my tea machine gone? There. We'll have some Earl Grey. Get him feeling confident. Oh, socialise with your child 10 times. Click on the child and click any social interaction. So I don't... Oh, bleeding hell, I read that wrong. Now I've got a load of people in my house for no reason. Oh, what are you doing? Doing bloody sit-ups in a party dress. Unbelievable. These people. I'll do it on the piano, mate. Come on. Unbelievable.
Dad.
This is why I don't socialise. Bloody idiots like this round.
Lobo, gato.
Mother's come to claim her baby back.
Tiru.
Is this yours, love? Did you do this to me, Nancy?
Manzu.
Skuma Clononti. Jesse Cloncus. Yabibo Squad. Trenny. Quadin. Freebie Marbles.
Yes, right.
Baby's fine.
Suwoda Beanie. Saquinario. Sabar. Bratsalima. Pinaruja Sapa.
Zagutwe Yabor.
Fricajane. Lombek.
Cheers, Brad. Doing a marvellous job with the cooking, mate.
Emphy and Zerpa. Lahoin. Spanish.
Gabe Simona Sarah.
Meshka Craney. Possum.
We'll go and chat to these.
Bippy.
Bula Shaka. Abimi.
Tell her a joke.
Jilja Krafuba.
Tell a joke about monkeys.
Dag dag.
Tell her a joke about ducks. Baby's fine.
Darby.
Uba Rig. Lombek. Arno. Liver Charb. Rain and Dudma. Lexi. Yichuda.
Zeepanor.
Neppy Yekut.
Kuba Dubrig.
Apparently he's not told any jokes yet.
Pondo? Quaffers.
Bloody violin, it's worse than the baby.
Go Larga for now.
Hello, Mimic.
Schwalla Pepso.
Oh, bloody hell. Michael Jackson's let himself go, hasn't he? Right, tell her a joke. Tell her that one about the monkeys, Charlie. It's really funny. Jack will like this one. Oh, some Sims are playing chess. That's good. Oh, should we go and get a drink? How's the baby? Oh God, no, baby's crying. Needs its nappy changing. I'm on my way. Stop chatting. You got work to do, Charlie. Come on. Supposed to be a bloody mother. Diana's spirit is fading. Who's Diana? Where's Diana? Diana's dead. Is that Diana? What's going on? What's happened to Diana? Diana's connection to the physical world is growing weaker with each passing day. She's gone. We've lost Diana. Never mind, sort the baby out. Bleeding hell, it doesn't stop, does it? Jeez.
Jilja Krafuba.
Oh, I've just woke it up again. Keep doing that.
Oh, Bajda Nubu. Oh, Baluvu.
We'll give it a quick feed. We'll be able to feed through that costume.
Flurba-da-pemapim.
Who's Diana? I don't know, but she's gone. Unfortunately. Very sad. We've lost Diana.
Oh, Oh, Yisharao. Nubu.
Baby seems happy. Ah, the job done there. You go to sleep now, Brittany. Hey, it doesn't stop. Never bloody stops. Well, in fact, we'll go in here.
Sharp Sousa. J. Turret Bomzoy. Stoomsik Saloon.
Zipola. Fweezok.
Could do with a drink.
Bimbus.
He deserves a bloody drink.
Yes.
How do I order a drink?
True.
Vitor Vul Bazerb.
Yalig. Moobna.
I want a drink.
Grau Hispa, Yaloof.
The Bane.
Here we go. Right, socialise with 12 people.
Tranjala Jabin. And Zirpa. Dwabarani Bayum. Pandol Zirpao.
Can I have a drink?
Nulitz Bagorbane. Yevka Bomzoy.
We'll talk to her about the burning temperatures. There's Mum. There we go. I want to go bloody... Go and have a look at what you've done up there.
Ringlar Yeeds Habana.
Oh, Naya.
Samzo. Kableep.
Maybe Diana was taken by aliens. Can you put a baby phone in the rooms? Oh, good point. Breastfeeding Scott.
Skip. Gish double yul. Bedo. Whiff. Hana Yunchi. Whips of a tongue.
Brenna.
Shabadoo.
Napsa, huh?
Oh,
I've not had a minute to myself. I'm going to go and have a wee. I deserve it.
Plume. Oh, Exy.
Sul.
A flush.
Syphilis. Dude, man. Fiend to Beely.
Spolip Lamena. Just stop a friv. Anazook eat Sugarblue. Yanabi.
Kirasha.
Pakyoin. Limya. Basho Urg.
Shinoi.
Zaba. Anazook eat Sugarblue. Meh. Balone of Pogan. Omiva.
Chrono. Foodis Baru. Huba Dubri.
Bloody hell, eh?
Oopspe. Finerba. Braga. Dibawis. Parasharo.
Party over, what did I get? Not a bad party. Maybe a little extra seating would go better next time. It's bloody loads of seats. Oh my god, look at the state of this place. Baby's asleep. Right, let's go and let's clean up. Unbelievable.
And a sedge.
All that, and I didn't even bloody need to have a party. I read the bloody challenge wrong. Unbelievable. You got a bin up here, where you going? Oh, this is where he puts it all in the dishwasher, innit? He's got a sink there. He's got big arms. Well, that seemed to go well, didn't it? How's he carrying all these plates? Oh, baby's awake. I won't be a minute. I've just got to clean up all these bloody dishes. People have left it in the right state. Gnaw chocolate. G-N-A-W. Gnaw. Has recalled its milk chocolate bars because of undeclared milk. It's kind of declared in the name, isn't it? Milk chocolate. Oh, but we forgot to tell you it had milk in it. Oh, what a crazy world. That was quick, Scott. Did you wee in a bottle? Listen, when you're a single father, you've got to wee fast. Because Brittany waits for bloody nobody. Oh, we can turn that awful music out. There's still loads of bloody stuff lying about. Grab a serving. Right, well. We need to clean all this up. Unbelievable. He can have a drink. He deserves a bloody drink after that, doesn't he? Always double read the challenges. Socialise with your child, not with everybody else. She's still fine. She's not asleep, but she's not crying. We're all right. Come on, Charlie, get up here. This bloody thing's sorted out. Quick, go a blicker block, blick, whatever it's called, before the baby starts crying again. See why I don't have kids in Sims or real life. You no time for drinking, Charlie. That down your bloody neck. Gonna just drag that to the sink. Yeah. Brittany's fine. I've not done the garden. Oh. Tend the garden. Harvest everything. I'll do you for fun. When did it get changed? He's gonna have to get up here, isn't he? Oh, she's crying. Don't worry, I'm coming. Hurry up, Charlie. Oh, she's getting distressed. Hurry up. Here he is, he's here, don't worry.
Oh, Nubu. Ah. Quaxa.
Right, talk to her.
Oh, Puka
Bloody woke her up again.
Narimbu Nubu.
See, that counted for nothing, did it?
Oh, Lava.
Socialise with your child.
Baluvu. Baluvu Pajanibu.
You think I'm doing now?
Uh-huh.
He's bloody filthy. I think he deserves a bubble bath after that, don't you? Still not sure how to bath the baby. My purple blue baby.
Oh, ah. Oh, oh, ah, Yipsy.
Hopefully we ought to get some bloody sleep now. Oh, she's hungry.
Oh, so. Nubu. Amu. Skimbo. Nubu. Yashola.
What season are we in now? Still in summer. The neighbourhood brawl holiday on Saturday. Brilliant. Unbelievable. See you later, Andon. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Is she going to sleep? Oh, no, dirty nappy. Sort that out, Charlie. She'll probably go to sleep now. Another day. Is she going to sleep? Fucking hell, with that baby crying, there's a reason why I could never have children. Even with the whole gay thing. Yeah, that tends to get in the way as well, doesn't it, Jack? Night, Glory, thanks for coming in. At least you won't need to water the plants. Not gonna like this bloody thunder and lightning, is she? Oh, she's asleep. She doesn't mind it. He's hungry again. Have a bit of bloody breakfast. Oh, she's still asleep. Oh. What's that noise? Oh. We've been struck. Nice diamond. That'll do. We've been struck anywhere else. Awake. Should have enough time to eat though before she kicks off again. Why is his clothes dripping wet? Change out of wet clothes. Well, that was pretty quick, wasn't it? What's happened? What's happened to him? Struck by lightning. He's struck by lightning. I don't believe it. Could his luck get any worse? I wouldn't be doing that, Charlie, and having much luck with that sort of stuff at the moment. Can't believe it. You're going to have to put that down and feed the baby first. Can you believe that, QP? Struck by bloody lightning. She's not going to know who he is now.
Lombosi Nabu. Skimbo. Yashona. Oh, Nubu.
Now, let's go down here. Hey, we'll play this clever. He can eat his dinner up here. She will, yeah. She's not going to sleep.
Flurba-da-pemmy-pim. Flurba-da-pemmy-pim. No. Fudge no. Scabado. Adunda Nubu. No. Oh, Lurba-da Nubu. Ooh, jumping koya jumpu.
Eat it here, Charlie. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Wadida.
I think can we change his outfit? Right, it's still quite warm, isn't it? So we'll go kind of cash. No. What's going on now? Those clothes are burnt.
Oh, Sul.
We send him in for a shower. Right, it's back to normal. Give her a rock. Hopefully that'll send her off to sleep.
Maybe Nubu.
Shower seemed to work, QP. I thought that might knock her off to sleep. Oh, she's gone to sleep. There we go. It's fun bars up. He's not even got time for take a piss. You see, I don't seem to be able to do any of these interactions it wants me to do. With an adult sim selected, click on a children's book and select read to child. I wonder if... Order books. Children's. How I Dumped Your Father. Sounds like a good book. Right, she's still asleep for now, so we'll do a tournament. That bookcase was a waste of money, wasn't it? Okay, no, she's woke up. And change her diaper. Give her a quick feed.
Oh, Malice Sniffer. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're out.
Well, there's the book.
Your shoulder.
With an adult sim selected, click on a children's book. Well, the child's present. Unbelievable.
Womberg. Huh? Womberg. Ooh. Wallake. Huh? No, no, oh. Bankira. Womberg. Huh? Womberg. Ooh.
The man's got mad. That's what happens when you get probed by aliens.
No. Mushka Kwambo. Zarbu Mushka Kwambo.
Uh-huh. Yibs. Oh, Sul.
Get that bar up to full. I'll try that send back to home world then. You need a rocking chair for feeding the baby. Can't stand up for all that time.
You showed him.
Yeah, I don't think you can get one though. Would love some of that rain here. Oh, Adam, are you mad?
Oh, you nobby dabanubu. Oh, get out. Oh, no, boo. You whipper. Oh, you're a banu boo. Tank with a heloid. Wombosi nub.
Nearly there.
Flurba-da-pemapim. Flurba-da-pemapim.
Garden needs it. Get out with a bloody hose pipe, you lazy sod.
Hibana. Maylene Hibana. Ooh, Jabu Koya Jabu.
We've had plenty of rain here, Adam.
Oh, Sul.
Alright, bit of feeding.
Oh, no.
That's good, isn't it? When I feed the baby, my bladder goes up. Right, let's go and claim that. Has there been an... Oh yeah, and that. Claim that. And a bit of lightning striking around, haven't we? Oh, bloody hell, put the tent back. I think we'll change the weather. Clear skies. It doesn't look like it. Those skies don't seem very clear to me. There we go. Oh, God, everything needs bloody fertilising in the garden now. Right, fertilise. How many dragon fruits have I got left? Oh, I've still got a few. Oh, we'll use the strawberries as well. Mind you, no, we've not got many, have we? A lemon. The lemons seem to be a bit of an all year round plant. That's why I still have to fertilise them when they're not growing. Oh, bloody hell. Can't get bloody nothing done here. He's broke his bloody umbrella again. Never stops, does it?
Oh, Meshka. No. Panubu. Amu. Oh, Yisharao. No, Palanibu. No. Pajna Nubu. Scabado. Flurbada Pemapim. Flurbada Pemapim. Ah.
I better be having bloody nipple leakage after he bloody gets rid of this baby. If I ever get impregnated again, I'll be putting the cot downstairs.
Oh, bash the new boo. Ooh, jumping koya jobu. Oh, Hibana. Maylene Hibana. Oh, lava. No. Oh, lurva da nubu. Yeshua. Oh, Sul.
My hair's gone whiter while I've been playing this game tonight.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Nubu! Sore Quexel. Oh.
Right, now the social bar's right at the top. Known alien. So do we know who that alien is? Should we send her off to her home world? Hello, Asme. Well, we'll let her sleep first. I'm not opening an umbrella. You know what that's going to be about. See, it's still not doing the socialise with your child actions here. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. That's changed colour. I suppose he better sleep, hadn't he? What baby is. Bloody hell, eh? What a nightmare. I see Theresa May has quit. She's not gone, has she? I'll consider it quit when she's no longer in 10 Downing Street. Oh. Change the diaper.
Crowball.
Quick feed. Quick cuddle, and then we'll send her home. We'll send her to a home planet.
Bamu.
Yeah, it's alright saying Theresa May's leaving, innit? But, you know, we were leaving Europe.
Come on, Bosie.
Like I say, I'll believe it when I see it.
Baluvu. Baluvu, Pajanibu.
Now, I think what we'll do here...
No.
I'm imagining the alien ship will come back and take her. I'll be sorry to see her go. But on the other hand, I can get on with the bakery and stuff.
Oh, Lervida Nubu.
Send to homeworld. Are you sure you want to send Brittany back to her home planet? Communications between Earth and 6M are possible. Our relationships with this baby will be severed and she will be permanently removed from the household. It's for the best. Charlie, let's have a nice big bloody meal to celebrate. What shall we have? We'll have a grand meal. We'll have a turkey dinner. Why not? And while Charlie has his turkey dinner, I shall be right back, guys.
Down to the ground, you're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the butterfly you set myself. But this is the last time. Cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns. would you cut me down? It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bottom below. You tell myself that this is the last time. I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I hurt myself for you. I know the truth. Oh, down to the ground. You're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain.
Right, thanks for bearing with me, guys. Started a cup of tea out. Mum's going to finish it, and I'm going to have a nice, lovely pink donut, just like the ones Charlie makes, with raspberry jam in. Oh, bloody lovely.
Woohoo! Yeah. Lenarch.
Oh, didn't want to do that.
Ha-ha! Chow Phoebe de Zarps. Ah. Woohoo!
It's all very fancy, Charlie, but get on with it, you're hungry. Oh, there's the turkey. Reminds me of Brittany. What is he doing?
Quaxa. Yumba.
Then we're going to get cooked at this rate. I do miss a nice turkey dinner. Adam, at Morrison's, as you go in on your, depends how your store's laid out, they have two ways of laying them out, but it's either on your left or your right as you go in. They have these little meals in big foil silver dishes, quite thick foil it is, And they do all stuff like that in there, and it's like proper food like you do yourself. You cook it in the oven and that. Really nice, dead simple but nice.
Oh, Yamala.
We had KFC chicken and chips, well, curly fries and KFC chicken, which came in those packs. Get really nice stuff with it. Hunter's pie, really nice stuff. You just whack it in the oven, it's done. You don't need to do anything. He doesn't know how to actually leave the turkey in the oven. He doesn't, does he? He messes about. Cheers, Mum. Is it just the half a cup?
Well, it's a very large cup.
There's no point having a large cup if we only half fill it.
It's 4 cups, that.
Hey, Mum's scared of heights.
Oh,
hello, Chantal. Sounds good. No Morrison's near me. I imagine other supermarkets are available and do certain similar things. It's not like a microwave meal, it's a proper meal that you do in the oven. Really nice.
Canafe!
I can't have it anyway. Why? Have you gone veggie? Are you one of these modern vegetarians? Vegan? You're not vegan, are you? Get yourself down, bloody Greg's. Get a sausage roll down your neck. Veggie now. Don't know eat manned animals anymore. That's sad, but it's delicious.
Ooh,
I'll stop talking about meat foods then.
Whoa, yeah.
Ooh, have you seen them lovely salads they've got in Morrison's now? Oh, a lovely, lovely salad. I've often thought about becoming vegetarian or whatever, but I do like me meat. I like me meat. I always say if it came to having to kill the animals myself to eat them, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, bit hypocritical of me to eat meat, really, since I wouldn't be prepared to kill the animal, but I am a hypocrite, you know, what can I say? Chantal's from Germany. Guten Morgen. Well, guten evening. I don't know what evening is in German. We learnt German in school, but we only learnt how to say good morning. Nothing else. So, guten Morgen. It's best I can do, I'm afraid. You can come round if you want, love. There we go. Oh, he doesn't need company. His social bar's up full. Well, we'll be social for a little bit. Come on in, before it starts raining again. Couldn't know. Is it right? We have night. Asmi's from Alaska. Alaska. Very nice. Soon I'm going to try and go vegan for a week. Ooh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't like the this tofu stuff. This fake meat that they put in place of it. I don't trust it. I don't know what I'd eat if I was vegan, because I don't really do salads. I don't mind a bit of salad on my Big Mac.
Oh.
Where is he? Come and say hello to her. Let's be sociable. And flash our crazy eyes.
Who is?
But yeah,
Nada.
Yes.
And if you're vegan, you can't even have milk in your tea. I need my milk for my tea.
So.
Can't drink black tea. Although the amount of milk in that, it might as bloody well be. She's a goofball. Should we play her a tune on the piano?
Piguna.
Plurna.
Oh, Pimpini.
Pleb. Yabosa? Aha! Alfonsa. Mipwim Rimple. Bakoya Shapem.
I was playing The Sims earlier and there was a heat wave. My person was playing in the sprinkler and she was soon freezing to death. In my mind I was like, how? The same happened to me. We had a heat wave. I'm not too keen on this season's pack, if I'm honest. It's caused all sorts of issues. Now a lot of my plants don't grow. My dragon fruits, which are my biggest money makers, they'll only grow when? In the fall? Oof. I'll have to extend the fall season when it comes. It's 12 o'clock in the evening in Deutschland. It's just coming up to 11 o'clock here.
Sam, so.
Have you got your thermostat in your house? You need your thermostat. I think we're on our last day of summer here. We had a heat wave, but I had some ice cream. Oh, we've got thunderstorms predicted for tomorrow. We've had a lot of thunderstorms lately. Alright, fall starts on Sunday, so we've got one more day of summer left.
Oh, big coin.
I suppose he should get out in the pool, really, shouldn't he? Who's in my house? That's her, isn't it? We'll have a swim. Cloudy, but it's hot. We'll keep cool. You'll have to get a pool. I didn't understand. No. It is hard. I will give you a follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ring the bell. Ding dong. Your English is good. It's better than my German. I'm learning German at my school. We learn. Oh, Asmir subbed as well. Thank you. We learn a little bit of German. We had a lady come over from Germany. She was a student, and she came over to help teach our German class. And she taught me one word, which I can't say on YouTube. Fig dish. So that's all we learned. No worries, Chantal. Half the English here can barely speak it. I like The Sims. Do you prefer The Sims 3 or Sims 4? I actually preferred Sims 3. You could do more with it. Talk about, oh, splash her. Let's splash her. She's feeling flirty. I don't even know who she is.
Whoa!
Oh, new Eve.
Slaboon. Kalahosha. Frobin. Whoa, Poma. Ooh. Harnanuzam. Huh? The Abasa Zator. Tananiwa.
When's the next time I'll be streaming? Tomorrow. Every day. Every day.
Jarvis, Wallaloch, Jingle. Huh?
It will be about midday your time, I think.
Let's go.
Oh, she's off now. Well, we had a nice summer's party, didn't we? Should we get rid of the clouds? Let's make the last day of summer a heat wave, eh? And we'll change the forecast for tomorrow. What's tomorrow's forecast? We'll go out of summer with a bang. Sims 4 with the mods. I have too many mods. I've not got any mods on mine. It crashes enough without them. I like the Sims 4 more. I like Sims 4 more because there's better graphics, but there's not as many options. Yeah, I feel the same. I'll be watching that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was watching D Live last night, Scott. I think you would do well on that platform with your game streaming. Might be worth looking. Is that like DTube? Is that part of that? They broke my account. Should we go to space? Let's go to space during the heat wave. Is that a good idea? Probably not. Alright, we're after this expensive dog again. Enter the pound. That's right, my Sims are very laggy. I don't know what it means in English. No, laggy is right. That's what we say. You need about 4 gigabytes of memory to make sure it won't lag. You can play it with 2 gigabytes. I fixed the ex-wife's computer. I don't know if you know what ex-wife will mean, but former wife. Got rid of. And now her computer's got 2 gigabytes of RAM. And it just about runs it. So, also, graphics card needs to be quite modern. Are you on a laptop or a desktop? We make an excuse here. I know what we do there. It's like YouTube, but has a cryptocurrency. The more people interact with the stream, it builds up. It's not an option where well, that worked last time. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. It's not an option that comes up when it says what platform to stream to, so I'm not sure how I'd stream on there, to be honest with you, mate. Charlie waits for the alien to search for her computer. Apparently nothing comes up. The alien hands back the photo and claims to have dogs to feed, but she doesn't yet. Confront her. I have an iMac Mini. It's not good for gaming. It should be. I thought IMAX were... The IMAX are supposed to be, you know, like, quite good. I'm surprised. There's not a lot you can do with that then. Turn down your graphics settings so that instead of being on high, put them on slightly lower. And I don't know what Asmir has said there. Ich will nicht so viel Deutsch, aber ich will jung sie sprechen. That's something about not speaking German. My iMac is from 2014 and with the mods are very slow. I don't know so much German, but I know enough to speak. Ah, that's what it says. Nine sprechen Sie Deutsch. When Charlie wakes up, he is lying on the asphalt next to his rocket ship with a sore arm. The cosmic relief dog pound is locked, and the only response to his knocks is barking. On his way home, flashes of the incident return. A burly guard, a gleaming needle. Maybe he'll try again another time. Oh God, what have they injected him with now? He's not going to have another baby, is he? Hello, Danielle. Well, that didn't go well, did it? Didn't seem to get anything from that journey. Never mind. That was the day out in space done. It's 8:26 PM. We're in a heat wave. We'll try playing in the sprinkler and see if that... no, do you know what? We'll get back in the pool. There he goes. Have a swim about, Charlie. Find you very sympathetic. We'll always watch now your stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hello, Erin. Looks like MA is on. I wondered where they'd all gone. I didn't get a notification for him. Oh, he's put the picture up with the spanner on. He's did that in the Hangouts before. Yeah, I'll watch him later. Hopefully he won't delete it. And Asmir says the same. Oh, thanks guys, I appreciate that. Right, it's 9:30 at night. Heat wave's still on. We could lounge in that pool. Let's go and have a lounge in that pool. I don't know why I bothered to put ladders in. He never uses them. Always loving that, ain't he? Do you know what we should do as well? We'll clean out the spoiled food. We'll do that. And we'll have some ice cream. Has he got any ice cream in the fridge? Summer's day, you've got to have ice cream, haven't you? Oh, his ice cream's gone off, so we'll make some fresh ice cream. I've just got my notification now. Right, vanilla ice cream, pistachio, gelato, chocolate, lemon, pure perfection. I think that one sounds the one, doesn't it? Pure perfection. PM was at the evening, right? Yeah, PM evening. 23:03 for Erin. It is for me as well, Erin. So you're from Britain. What flavour would pure perfection be? I don't know.
The rush? Huh.
Looks like a bit of vodka in it or something. For me, I think my pure perfection ice cream would be strawberry, chocolate, like Neapolitan, but with strawberry, chocolate and not vanilla. It's a bit boring. Can't have mint with that because that'd be too much. Raspberry. Bit of raspberry in there as well. There he goes. Right, he's made his ice cream. We'll grab a cone. And we'll put the rest in the fridge. That's what you need on a summer's day, isn't it? I have to keep saving mine, it keeps crashing. Are you asking if I'm from Britain? Yeah. From England. Vanilla's awesome. You're a vanilla. Pure perfection for me would be chocolate, cookie dough, chocolate brownie ice cream. Oh, that sounds nice. It's quite an American thing having dough in ice cream. We have it here now, but we never used to. Oh blimey, he's turned hysterical. What's up with him? He's gone mad. Miss Sims' character's mad. Oh, do you know what? We'll sleep in the tent tonight. Last night of the heat wave. I love a heat wave. French vanilla. Adam likes mint choc chip. That used to be my favourite. And then I went off mint for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, here's the rain. I thought he was from the USA. Oh no. Oh, neighbourhood brawl. Time to practice that right hook. Today is all about fighting other Sims. Oh, blimey. Right, okay. Bit of commando training then. We're going in strong. We're not messing about. Charlie will not be beaten. Charlie will be beating. I've wanted to go to Alaska. I'd like to. I'd also like to go to Florida though. Nice and hot. I like how everyone just starts talking about ice cream. I normally eat ice cream during my stream as well. I've got double chocolate. Yeah, double chocolate ice cream at the moment. Although I've had a donut tonight. I love mint with gummy bears. But I like vanilla now, French vanilla. Is that... Yeah, that's his house, that. That's it, fully. He's lost his roof. Oh no, there's his roof. Oh, I've got the walls down, that's why. That's his house. He's got his bedroom and his private bathroom. Games room. Public bathroom. Living room. Kitchen. Garden. Gym. I had two done. I've had two. I sometimes just dig out the gummy bears and leave the ice cream. Oh, I'd have to have all of it. I don't really like donuts. Ooh, I love me donuts. Right, we'll tend the garden. Harvest. There's nothing to harvest. Got his brolly out. We might be fighting in the neighbourhood, but we're going to be doing it in the rain. Strange. Vanilla with cookies. Very nice house, thank you very much. I did a rags to riches where he had no money and I started growing plants and I made me money from the plants. But then I bought the seasons pack and now my plants don't come up as much, but he's got 2 million and he's got a bakery. I'm subbing. Thank you, Erin. I love donuts, jelly ice cream, and pretty much all junk food. I'm with you. McDonald's. Oh yeah. And fries. Don't forget about fries. Oh, Erin. At KFC fries. Do you like the new fries? I don't mind the peel, but I didn't like the old fries. I don't like the new ones. McDonald's do the best fries. They're alright. Hello, Preliminal. Preliminal. Right, let's go out in the neighbourhood and start fighting then. No. Ooh, could go in a gang. Not as good as McDonald's. Yeah, absolutely. Curly fries. I've never been to Chick-fil-A. I don't think we have them here. But I did have curly fries tonight with southern fried chicken from the supermarket, and then you cook it in the oven. Right, well, we've got to go fighting. Let's go down the bar then. Let's go fighting in the bar. So here's something kind of weird, Scott. You have 4.4k subs, only 8 or 9 of them are watching. If you followed my channel for a while, that's not weird. That's normal. Right, we'll get a drink, we'll get drunk. Hot and smoky. Yeah, I used to do. I used to cover controversial stuff on this channel.
The Sul.
Oh, he's smelly. Never mind. It doesn't matter if he's smelly. He's going out fighting. Preliminals. Been with me a long time though. Very loyal. So's Adam. Vikings Gone Wild. I've not seen that. This will be like Vikings Gone Wild in here in a minute. I'm gonna go and fight him. Her. Can't tell.
Shumcha.
Oh, yeah. So Bifinarva. Sycophus.
Dravoy?
Balavoy
Wargo?
Polycamus.
Did we just fight or what? I mean, what goes on?
Yazub. Bimbus.
From 6 AM to 2 AM.
Phenopsa.
What's up, Clonor? Lucy!
Are these gonna fight?
Roslapa! Loya play
Wait, we're having a fight! Fight!
Pondu!
Let's fight her.
Whips! Hish!
Oh, fight! There we go.
Whoa. Fribs.
Melissa!
Fresh.
Teeny Pasha Nizo.
Panorfa B.
Loopspeb. Finerba. Braga.
We're fighting.
Sturka.
Fight! What's this all about? I hope he wins. She's a big girl. She might win. Oh!
Flash event.
Fight! I like this. I've heard of Girls Gone Wild. No, you can't get drunk. Believe me, I've tried. Since 2016, with you and MA driving around and going to the pub. Aye. We'll fight a man next. Where's he going? Get here. Get here, curly head.
Shokin? You mostly Shokin?
Knock him out. Go on. This is just crazy. Yeah, there is. I mean, there's a drugs mod apparently. So if you can get drugs, I would imagine you could get drunk. The slice of life mod can get you drunk.
Yanabi.
Shibara. Homa.
Right, anybody else to fight? Let's fight her. Let's fight the postwoman. Get here. Oh. They're all coming out to watch the fight. They know what's going to happen. Oh, quick. He's going to fight her.
Galink. Nermokrankus. Parfase Schwoz. Teebs Parfase Horib. Flix. Yabano Darza. Good choy.
Why can't I fight her?
Ashan Frambeer. Huh?
Kanuko, Benefaj Fleen. You know what? Pashushu. Arabe Fej. Yora Chalbo. Glaffin Pisba. Truxanebe.
Sing about the neighbourhood brawl. Oh, we'll have a sing then.
Ponka.
Gelbador?
You.
Him.
Swingle
if you can get
zibs,
certain
swingle zibs, swingle
Sims 4 Fight Club.
Maisie Grove.
Tabes.
Crabo.
Shephanaz Navi
Maisie
Rabaza.
Grove. Crabo.
Lipisu Plingo.
It costs money, does it? I didn't know any of the mods cost money.
Pomeray.
I thought mods were free. Should I get it so that we can see it on here?
Schwabe?
So.
She was just trying to do a job.
Lenarga maybe. Shway bow. Through ya. But here at Turing. Flonobe. Ciao.
Batter that old woman. Don't be ageist. I got it. Night, night, Chantal. Thanks for coming in.
Glashavint? Yeah, but so.
Thank
Pogamoiva.
Huh? Winu? Oh, off and off.
Shabini. Yagal. Oh, Kerba Phanopsa. Oh, Fanga.
Some mods do cost money. Wow.
Glaffy, Beyonk, Kachul.
Hello, Amir. From England, Manchester in England, mate. Right, who should we fight now? Let's fight her. Oh, flirty. No, don't be flirty. Just a normal one. Cheerful.
Droga Exo. To know that.
So that we could see if it actually works. I'll have to have a look for it and see what it is. Do you know what it's called? You can get that mod. What is it? Slice of life. Let me write that down. Pen and paper. I'm very old-fashioned. I'm an old man. Slice of life.
Balloon of Pogan. Miva. Lasho and Fej. Shippy.
I'll have a look for it tonight.
Zappum Fubain. Lamina. Urabani.
Erin's from near Manchester.
Arpanaya Bonin Grabe. Kisnoy. Sibra Mina. Zamona Sarah. Ha.
Bye. Kawaii mods. Brilliant, thank you. Erin uses pen and paper as well. It's because she's from Manchester. Us northerners, so we can afford pen and paper. Fight! Get here, you. You're not getting away with it. Go on, batter him.
Oof tubba dubby.
Kawaii mod. Ever been to Glasgow? Yeah, went to Edinburgh and Glasgow on the same day.
Oh, Miva.
And we drove through Edinburgh. And I didn't even see the castle. I completely missed the castle. Can you believe it? The girl I was with was like, I saw it. It was up on a hill. I'm like, oh, I was driving, so. Oh, from Bury. It's only 20 minutes away.
No, baby.
Oh, let's batter her there as well. She's great. She was bored, she won't be now.
Rongo!
Avenor.
Yerbosa.
Arbovinia Quar. Jabba?
Floopy.
Quana.
Oh, and
Have you been abroad? Yep, I've been to Magaluf, Boulogne in France, Tenerife, and Tunisia. I think Tunisia was my favourite place. We went there a few times.
Ah, Milshaba.
To Dark I Am Hotel we went to there. We used to go every year, and they knew, like, they always remembered my name and treat you like a king. Really good place to go. I only got in 2 fights there. Been to Disneyland Paris twice. I've never been to any of the Disneylands. I'd love to go there. I want to play The Sims now. Get it on.
Get a Vina.
Just lower the settings if it runs bad. Right, I think we've had enough fighting. Let's get Charlie back home.
Sacranario Aragaba.
Or should we fight him first? I think it's a him. Last fight and then we'll get home.
Flicks. Yabano Darza. Good choice.
Fight! It's like Jeremy Kyle, isn't it? You take your daughter there, Adam. I'm going. Are you going to play it now, Esme? Well, thanks for coming in. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. My bro is on the Xbox. Kick him off it. Now let's get Charlie home. That's enough fights for one day. This is his. I'll show you his bakery. This is the bakery he owns. Oh, right, I thought you was going. Oh, well, I'm glad you're staying. Here's his bakery. We'll go inside so it lights up. Should we open it for a bit? Everyone's going to be hungry, aren't they, after... oh, no, he's still smelly. I'll tell you what. We'll put a shower in. Build him a quick shower. Take a shower. I play Sims on my computer. I play it on the computer. I don't have a console. I've not got any consoles. I've got a Mega Drive from years ago. Help my brother's raging on Fortnite. It's very expensive, but great memories. The attention to detail there is just insane. Even the beds and stuff have Mickey Mouse wooden carvings on them. Blimey. Esme's back. Welcome back. We're on the last day of summer, so let's open the shop just for a couple of hours. We'll get an Earl Grey tea. And hopefully they won't all be fighting in here now. I don't have a computer, I'm not old enough to get my own. One day, you'll be old enough. Just time.
Gensiba, it's a wow.
Right, we'll get her cleaning.
Oh.
Galmo Schlurfy. Yabin. Balachurf.
Gaffa.
Lensha.
Panka.
Should we have a fight with her? I don't even know her. She's my staff when I don't even know her.
Yes.
Roche.
Doing some drawing.
Wadisa. Marshall.
Helps a lot, and it's free, of course. And you can't beat free. Free is my favourite.
Mabazy.
Bon and dry.
Wixona Zarspa. Penthin. Fabrice.
Bar.
Sippin' frog.
Fish eggs.
Dorna.
Yabin.
Won't say that.
Watanabe Scanthus. Don't forget.
Romatash.
The MCCC mod. Hold on a minute, that is.
Oogaroo. Simona's arrow.
What does it do?
Burrito.
Sippin' frog.
MCC Command Centre.
Sure, stay okay.
Gneansa.
Ramirez Rihe.
Bib. Franjwaga.
Dag.
Slip. No. Boo. Omcaro.
Room shapey.
So that's my member of staff. That's my member of staff and sells that. She cleans.
Zupa. Zobe. The Norvizoi. Organ
Should we have a fight with him?
Chul.
Senso Quink.
Balco. Balconar.
I can't.
Caesar Chabot.
Oh, blimey. My staff is having a fight with one of my customers. It can get your sim pregnant without actually having to get a boyfriend or husband and trying for a baby. If you go back and watch the start of this stream, he was pregnant. Aliens made him pregnant.
Yanabi.
And he had a baby, a little alien baby. I couldn't believe it.
Yazib. Bimbus.
Watanabe Scanthus.
Kashushi. Gunarb. Martini Pashanizo.
Bempi, you're rid.
You don't Sul. Bajinka Inva. Urabao.
Fla.
Hey, Moochie. Peachy.
Mabiza.
Sir.
The dish, stay hop.
Bazunia.
Zul, Kama Suavine.
Asbook.
Evazirik. Tom Rosanahoy. Harple. Yikla.
Henbei. Ishla Henbei.
Rupla.
Saba.
Ah, Bushy.
Tip.
Rafa.
Ah, Conqueroo.
Gibbs.
Dag.
Lang.
Siba Karoo.
My stuff aren't doing much here.
Beach. Habaret. Subao Habaret. Noomfra.
Benhe Squib.
Zook. Rubin.
Sul.
So, Yabar.
Huh?
Brave.
Pima.
I've got useless stuff.
Bumax. Pompanu.
Carafa Bumax.
It's not that delayed, I'm just not very quick at reading.
Renchis.
Zorpal. She's a breezy. Sabani.
Zoma Froy.
Right, we'll close the store now. We didn't make any money, but never mind.
Ispa.
Sul. Yanabi.
Make our last sale there.
Dag.
And a lot of other stuff like CAS, cheats, dresser, tuna, Sims flags, Sims commands and relationships. With an alien. It was an alien baby.
Sul.
I'll show you.
Yikla.
As soon as I get rid of this customer. Watch. One T looks better. Brittany Ramsbottom.
Whoa!
There, look. It's a bloody alien.
Bethesda.
Unbelievable. You're an alien baby. Right.
Oh, Banubu.
Unbelievable. What can you do? Right, let's get oh, he did make money. He made £4,000. Well, just short of 5,000. That'll do. Let's take him back home now. He's had a long day out. Anna Brittany. Yeah. She went. I sent her back to her own alien planet. To her mother. Her mother would have took much better care of her than I could. The rain's back. Now, what's tomorrow's weather? It's the first day of fall tomorrow. Oh look, what's happened to his brolly? His brolly's broke. Get a new brolly, Charlie. Oh, should we have the melon one? And change his clothes. Change out of wet clothes. It's thundering. We'll get him to practice on the piano for a bit. He's not very good on the piano yet. MA's just finished. He da man. If MA can, anybody can. You've missed National Fight Day, where you go around the neighbourhood and you just fight people. You even breastfeeded it, yeah? Although men can breastfeed. This is a thing now. Google it. Probably not, best not actually. Don't take my advice on anything, kids. It's National Fight Day. I think he won all of them as well. She showers with Pantene, but I got watermelon to keep me clean. Right, something's been struck. Where did that strike then? Fallen spring, right, so that one's coming up. That needs fertilising. Was it the tent? Good job he wasn't in it, isn't it? Oh, he's hungry. Is it still hot? Still warm, so we'll finish off his ice cream. The mushrooms will be up tomorrow. They're a fall plant. These snapdragon flowers will come up, and these should come up. I thought these were fall. We'll see how that goes. Get back in, Charlie, before it rains too much. His clothes wet. No, we're all right. Finish adding to my Thanos drawing. Cool. Hello, Matthias. Not as feminine as Charlie was looking when he had a baby. QP, which is how that name's pronounced. QP, she likes drawing. Should I show you a drawing QP did of me? If I'm able. I don't know, I can on here. I don't even know where it is, where I saved it to. Downloads. Let me have a look here. Oh, I can't find it. Never mind. I'll find it and I'll show it tomorrow. Hello, Skookum. Skookum's in.
Whoa, yeah.
I'm not great seeming I'm 11. You'll soon learn. Now, is it going to be warm or cold tomorrow? Oh, we're already in tomorrow. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't give a temperature, does it? Still warm. But I think we'll set that to off. Because we don't want it making the house too cold, do we? And we'll get Charlie in bed. Look, he's still got all his stuff set up for his baby. Hello, UK Gadget Man. Thunder happens when he says my name. Skookum. Waiting for the lightning strike. What happened to his baby? Yeah, I sent her back to her mother. Neighbourhood Brawl was awesome. Charlie had a wonderful time and got to do everything he planned to do, which was fight. He enjoyed his fighting. Alright, so we've got our new plants up now. They're coming back up as well. Poor Brittany. Back to where? To her own planet. Should we go and visit her planet and see if she's there? We'll do the garden and then we'll go to the alien planet. And he breastfeeded her. I don't understand how that happened. You need to start over as a woman. I've been told that many times, Skookum. I'm building a retail store. They're good fun, but they're hard work. Oh, they're very hard work. Yep. There are tribes in, is it Africa, Skookum, where the men do breastfeed their children. And they go, you know, like orphan children. They go and feed the orphan children. The more you know.
Zan ahoy! Ya dros you watch.
Right, let's travel through the wormhole. Be right back, we'll see you soon. It's all about hormones. Men and women have the same ones, but in different amounts. And the body will do what it needs to do to assure the survival of babies. Including delivering one to Charlie. Back, that was quick. For the bathrooms in my retail store, I just have these 2 rooms at the back, and there's a row of doors and the toilets. I've done that as well. Here we go on the alien planet. Oh, what do you think? Where's Brittany? We might find her. How did you get there? On the rocket. A rocket up into space. Here we go. Here's an alien. We'll go and say hello. We'll see if she knows where my baby is.
Java?
Where are they going? What's going on here?
Schwabe? Niporf? Kashu? Bimby?
So big! Yadaboo! Elite! Fanufiba! Lavar.
Chicks Riblois? Sibaba.
Couture. Dobie.
Pondo? Quibs Banayen.
Aniva.
Baroche. Yumbadams.
Oh. Ah, so.
Snope.
Yazib. Bimbus.
Pashushi. Arabe.
Philibok? Ah, Kangaroo.
Kusaba Borpina. Safuim Napatane. Rubin. Shimray.
What present should we give them? Oh, we'll give them a snapdragon.
Gorge Variki Wixa. Ooh.
I can't find my baby, and I sound familiar. Simon's a huge Lisa Stansfield fan.
Conga lawyer.
Alexa, play bad guy.
Yanabi.
Yes.
We'll see if this one knows where my baby is.
Schwabe? Niporf. Kala. Karenzi. Ma. Bayamba. Stumsig Salunga. Panave. Bamba Yoops. Yazib. Bimbus. Mimlet Sabricia. Huh? Tiba Bamel. Plurna. Trip. Left. Nooch. Honey.
Billy Elliott. Now read my bloody nose.
Legenzo.
Sleeping on your tippy toe. I'm not, I just know that line. You almost said it. Yeah, Kevin McLeod. Do you know that's pronounced Kevin McLeod? According to the man himself.
So.
Peep him round like no one knows. Think you're so criminal.
Saquinario Tananiwa, huh? Your pick.
Are you lot singing the song? I'm old. I don't know these songs. This is when you feel old, isn't it? Every other person knows the song and you don't. I can't find... Oh, there we are. Right, let's get back on the ship. Like a really tough guy, just can't get enough. I'm a bad guy. And it used to be pronounced McLeod. Mike Lloyd. McLeod. I would pronounce it McLeod, but there you go. I'm wrong. I'm screaming the lyrics. When your friends know the lyrics and you think you're right, but you aren't. Well, we could talk about that. Could be a Mandela effect. Wait, hold on. I'm going to copy and paste the lyrics. Is it the nasty with an alien? Or did they abduct you? They abducted me.
Oh.
It's still raining back on Earth. How did he get here? He's supposed to come back in his rocket. His rocket must have made its own way back. Right, what are his needs now? He's fine for everything, isn't he? 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday, first day of autumn. These roses lasted a while. All we could do is flower making. Oh, we've not got any hollies. Can I buy some? I suppose if we're in fall, we should get some fall seeds, shouldn't we? Oh, where have they gone? Where's it put them? There. Open. We've got some of them. But I don't know how that's pronounced. Dahlias. Oh, me dahlias. Oh, me dahlias. We'll plant them. He's got a lovely brolly, hasn't he? I've got royalty-free music and pics and vids. No copyright strikes for me. You'll be surprised you'll still get them. They mismatch stuff a lot of the time. I have music that I pay for a license for. And they say, oh, this is owned by somebody different, and then I have to get that company to ring them up and say, no, he's allowed to use this music. It's a nightmare. White shirt now red, my bloody nose sleeping, you're on my tippy toes creeping, around like no one knows, think you're so criminal bruises, on both my knees, for you don't say thank you or please. I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My friend just texted me. Is that part of the song, or is your friend just texted you? My soul is cynical. I'm ignoring her because I want to watch this vid. Good on you. So you're a tough guy, like it really rough guy. Just say can't get enough guy. Just always so puffed guy. Sounds like M.A. Mandela Affected, who was in earlier. This just describes him, this. Make your girlfriend mad type might. Seduce your dad type. I just listened to that, to part of that. It's a new song for me. I'm the bad guy, duh. I'm only going up to that part. Fair enough. Well, I think we're all sorted here, and it is now midnight here, so I'm gonna go, guys. When it lets me out. There we go. Right, well, thank you everybody for coming in. Hope to see you all again soon. And we'll go off air. Ooh, there we go. In fact, I'll leave you with my little song. This is my kind of music. Down to the ground. Night, everybody. Thanks a lot.
It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong. I can't make right. I love the bird below you. Said myself that this is the last time. It's wrong. I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I hurt myself for you. On the ground. I know the truth. I know the I'm shaking now, 'cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns, but you cut me down. It's wrong, I can't make